If anyone would please do us a favor, we are at your service. Also, doctor, I am currently sharing with you that these are the means of communication via WhatsApp and via technical support, whether via WhatsApp or by calling. This number with me personally. If you have any questions, you can contact me. And God willing, we will try to help you. God willing, God willing. All right, I'm checking the chat now. Everything looks good. Thank you all so much. And a big thank you to Dr. Mohammed. I also want to thank Ms. Mashale. Thank you very much, Ms. Mashale, the coordinator. Peace be upon you. Do we have a question? Dr. Azia, please go ahead. You can just raise your hand and I can give you the microphone. Okay, go ahead, doctor. Your question is welcome. Peace be upon you. Thank you, doctor. May God reward you for the abundant information. I just want to know, is the private room feature available in the e-learning management system when we teach students normally without using it for graduate studies? Yes, the system has all its tools available for both undergraduate and graduate studies or any program. All the tools are accessible to you. Could you please raise your hand and I can give you the microphone? All right, go ahead, doctor. Your question is welcome. Peace be upon you. And peace be upon you too. And God's mercy and blessings.
Thank you, doctor. May God reward you for the abundant information. I just want to know, is the private room feature available in the e-learning management system when we teach students normally without using it for graduate studies? Yes, the system has all its tools available for both undergraduate and graduate studies or any program. All the tools are accessible to you. In the same way, I can use the private rooms for undergraduate studies.
All right, right.
Thank you so much, doctor. May God reward you well, God willing.
Amen. Or disappearance? Okay, is there a question? Does the chat message disappear when switching between groups? In the recording? Dr. Afra. In the recording? No, it doesn't disappear. The messages in the chat appear in the recording.
Excuse me, engineer, but I want to clarify a point that Dr. Sada raised. We clarified to them that the Blackboard system is a single system, meaning that the Blackboard system does not differ between a stage, a system, graduate studies, rare students, or any type of student. It is one system, but we try to utilize the tools within the system according to our vision for the different stages. So, engineer, you clarified for us today a set of tools that some people might be using for the first time during teaching at any educational level, not just for educational studies.
That's right, that's right. So there's a tool like the Wiki tool, for example. So of course, the Wiki tool relies on students collaborating to create a specific page. They all contribute to building that page. Of course, when you are using it, you are dealing with one student. The Wiki tool will not have much benefit. I mean, each tool has a specific benefit and a specific importance at a specific time, I mean. Many thanks, Doctor. Thank you, Mohammed, for that clarification that indeed Blackboard and all its tools are available for all programs within the university, not just for graduate studies. Thank you all very much for the enlightenment. May God reward you well. Okay, Dr. Yasser is asking about the screen drawing tool that you used in the explanation, if you don't mind. The drawing tool you mentioned is called Zoom. I'll write it down for you here. It's called Zoom It. You go to Google and type Zoom It, and it will load it for you. You can zoom in on the screen and select the colors, a large number of colors, and you can make any selection with those colors, God willing. Dr. Asma, regarding the registration in the private rooms, will it be separate? Yes, the private rooms. I created a group with 5 people, for example. I'm done. I can work with those 5 as a coordinator, and I can talk and discuss with them without the other colleagues or students in the main room hearing us at all. They are not with us at all. Is there any other question from you? Dr. Fatima, go ahead, Dr. Fatima. Doctor, the other colleagues or the other students who are currently present in the main room are completely unable to hear us at all. They are not with us in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. So, is there any other question or inquiry or concern from you? Dr. Fatima, please feel absolutely free to go ahead and ask any questions you might have. Dr. Fatima? Dr. Fatima, you have the microphone. I would like to discuss the assignments and the process of evaluating the last attempt, as these aspects are not clear to me. Could you please explain what evaluating the last attempt entails? Additionally, could you kindly pass the microphone back to me once you are done? The microphone is currently with you, and I would appreciate your input regarding the assignments. For me, assignments and evaluation, of course, you all deal with the grading center. The grading center is very simple. When there's a specific assignment or task, you find that when a student submits, there's a mark or a circle indicating that there's an attempt that needs your evaluation. You come to that circle and click on something called View Grading Details. You display the attempt, and after showing it, you see the text. You can also view the Word or PDF file. The content appears here. If there's a Save Assign tool, you activate it. If there's the Save tool, you activate it, and we grade the student. Then I click the Submit button to record it. Does it continue? Recording stops in breakout rooms. Content, and based on that, of course, if there is a tool for fasting, what do? Do you do it? Based on that, we give the student a grade here. The grade is out of 2 points, so I'll give him 2 out of 2. After giving him 2 out of 2, I click the Submit button to record the grade for the student. So does the recording continue? No, Dr. Balkis. In the breakout rooms, the recording doesn't continue. It gets disconnected. So keep in mind this part. Right now, I'm recording with you, and when I activate the breakout rooms, the recording stops. Therefore, when you finish the groups and return to the main room again, just like I'm doing now, you need to start the recording again. Unfortunately, the recording gets interrupted. Are there any other questions? Is there anything else you'd like to ask? So please keep in mind this part. Right now, I'm recording with you, and when I activate the breakout rooms, the recording stops. Therefore, when you finish the groups and return to the main room again, just like I'm doing now, you need to start the recording again. Unfortunately, the recording gets interrupted. Do you have any other questions, perhaps? Do you have any other questions? Gentlemen, 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 do you have any other questions?
Doctor, I have a second question about the breakout rooms. If I'm working with the students and I've divided them into groups, can I work with all the groups at once? Or do I have to leave one and enter another? After you join one group and finish, you need to click End. When you do that, you'll return to the screen I showed you, which has Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. You need to, if you have Group 1 and want to go to Group 2, just drag your name and drop it into Group 2, and then click the Start button to join Group 2 in a separate room. This means that I can't supervise all the groups at the same time. I have to leave one to go to another. Yes, you have to leave one group and then join another group to start with them.
You need to, if you have Group 1 and want to move to Group 2, just drag your name and drop it into Group 2, and then click the Start button to join Group 2 in a separate room. This means that I can't supervise all the groups at the same time. I have to leave one to go to another. Yes, you have to leave one group and then join another group to start with them. The room and the side breakout and during the conference.
Yes. Thank you, doctor. May God give you health.
May God forgive you. May God strengthen you. Okay, Dr. Yasser. Go ahead, Dr. Yasser.
Peace be upon you.
Peace be to you, God's mercy. Go ahead, doctor.
May God bless you if I have more than one branch and I want to do assignments for both of them at the same time.
Exams, assignments, and announcements need to be for me, and it's important to have both simultaneously. How can I do that? Each class has a unique grading center. Therefore, you need to copy your work from one class to another. For instance, I have tests to give. I made a test in class 4. I access course tools, go to tests, log out, and back in. This takes time. With 3 or 4 classes, I must copy, reconfigure, and check tests, timing, and options. Can I set all tests with timings and info at once? The idea is that you do this. Export the test and take it to class 2. Add and adjust test settings. For example, I have tests and I want to give a test. I made a test in this class, class 4. I go to course tools, then I go to tests. I'm doing this, but it takes time. I might have 3 or 4 classes, so I have to copy the tests and reconfigure and check tests, timing, options. So is there a way for me to enter all of them and set the tests with the timings and all the information at once? The idea is that you do this. You take an export of the test, and then you take that test to class 2, for example. You just need to add the test and adjust the test settings. You're welcome. You're welcome. So do you have any questions? Thank you very much. And thank you, Mohammed and Ms. Mushail. Peace be upon you and God's mercy and blessing. Is there a way so that I can enter all of them with their exams, timings, and all the information at once? No, no, no. The idea is that you do this. You take a sample, you export the test, and you take this test on section number 2, for example. The second section, you just add the test and modify only the test settings. Thank God. Thank you very much. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, do you have any questions? Because it's also getting close to the time for the evening prayer. Thank you very much, and thank you, Mohammed and Ms. Mushail. Peace be upon you, and God's mercy and blessings.